All right, what up, fam? So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to make your $10,000 a month wholesaling real estate. It's actually not that hard to do. I believe that this is 2025. There should be no reason why you cannot make at least $100,000 a year. So if you do $10,000 a month, that's $120,000 a year. Now, this is something where I can show you that this is something that you can do part-time. You don't need a license. You don't need a degree. You don't need a business license. You don't need any experience. There's no credit check, nothing, okay? So here's how to make $10,000 a month. If you're interested, comment the word yes. And like I said, this is something that you can do part-time, 1 or 2 hours a day, or maybe just something that you only want to do on the weekend. The reason why I decided to do this video here, perfect for those of you who are beginners, okay, who looking to get into wholesaling real estate. I'm going to show you how it's done. So I was parking my car. I parked my car. Obviously, I was sitting in Baby Raw. I just got out of the gym. And the guy came over and he asked me, so what do I do? Right? I told him what I did, right? And he got some really, really good question about wholesaling real estate. So let me share with you exactly how this works. So he said, his first question is like, so where do you find these distressed property? He's like, how do you know? That's what he said. He said, how do you know who is in a distressed situation? Right? So I told him that's a great question. Because the number one thing for this to happen is, number one, you got to be able to find the motivated seller. So that's number one. So you got to be able to find these motivated seller. Listen, we're looking for people who's in a situation where they need to sell, not want to sell. 97% of them that want to sell will list their property with an agent. We're finding people who are in a situation, pre-foreclosure, tax delinquents, property sitting vacant, got double mortgage. Maybe they're in a divorce situation. Maybe they're a tired landlord. They're out of state. Maybe they're upside down. So we're looking for people who are in a situation where they just they need to get rid of the property and get as much cash as they can from the property. So the type of people we're targeting, I told him, is that we are not focusing on the 97%. We're focusing on the 3% that need to sell their property and is willing to sell at a discount. And he asked, he said, well, where can I find those people? Right now, I have everything recorded on my phone. I'm using my phone to go live. Otherwise, I would have shown you. Okay. So I told him there's a software that I use called kingdata.ai. I said, I'm able to go here with a few click of a button. I would be able to know who's in pre-foreclosure, pull up all the vacant property in the area. I would know who's the tired landlord who owns the property for a long time. Now they're tired and just want to get rid of it, right? So I told him this is a software that I use to go there and pull a list of distressed property, okay? Motivated seller. So I answer his question. That's his first question. And his second question is, he said, is there any risk to doing this? My answer is no. When I told him no, he looks at me very awkward, right? Like there's risk to everything. And I told him, if you set up your contract, if you set your contract up correctly, there's really no risk, okay? But I did tell him the worst case when it comes to wholesaling, the worst case that can ever happen is, I told him, you lose your EMD, which is your earnest money deposit. And I told him that can be as little as $10. And he was shocked. And he said, well, who determined this? I said, you determine. You determine how much you want to put down. I said, as long as there is an exchange in money. But I said, you're not going to give it to the seller. I said it can even be $1. So I said, worst come to worst, the worst thing that can happen in wholesaling is that you go through, right? And then the seller got pissed off. You cancel the contract and you lose your earnest money deposit to the seller. So I asked him, I said, are you willing to risk? Are you okay with risking $10 to make $10,000? Right? But I said, if you set up the contract correctly, because I told him, typically, I would tie the property under contract for 30 to 60 days. So I said, once you find the motivated seller, you negotiate out a deal with them, okay? And then you lock the property under contract. You have the seller, the homeowner, sign what's called a purchase and sell contract. And you want to lock it up for at least 30 to 60 days. And I said, listen, you're not going to buy it. You're not going to fix it. So you don't need to come out of pocket with hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's what I told him. I said, all you need to come out of pocket is $10 to secure that contract, but you're going to take this $10 and you're going to send it to a title company. You do not give it to the seller, okay? Now I told him, now you got 30 to 60 days to find yourself the cash buyer, which is the investor, the person who wants to buy, fix, and flip that property. And I said, where you find these guys is you call around some local realtors. See if they have anybody who's interested into buying and fixing that property, and you just simply sell your contract over to them. This right here, you're just going to sell your rights over to that buyer for $10,000 more. And I said, all you need to do, my friend, is one of those a month. That's $120,000 a year. No license, no degree. You don't need an LLC. You don't need any experience, and you don't need a boatload of money to do this. And he looks at me. He looks at me again, and he said, "This is too good to be true." I said, "But it takes work, lots of work. This is not a get rich quick, bro, right?" And he looks at me like it's too good to be true. And I said, "Whether you think it's possible or impossible, either way, you're right. But I tell you this: the guy who's sitting in the Rari is the guy who believed this was possible." So I told him 15 years ago, I said, I told him to go on YouTube and watch, right, more video. And I told him 15 years ago, I was just like him. I said, I saw a video on YouTube where this guy said he only works a few hours a day. And he holds up a check for $30,000. And he said, I just made $30,000 working a few hours a day, okay? And all I did was sell this contract, sell a piece of paper. And I was skeptical. I didn't believe it either. But guess what? I was so tired of my current J.O. to B, my situation. So I decided, you know what? Let me check this out. It just sounds too good to be true. This could be another scam. So I went down the rabbit hole. And then I saw another person did it. I saw other people doing it. And there's so many people. If you even just my channel, if you punch in first wholesale deal, it's a ton of people who's doing it. Okay? And that's when I decided, you know what? I'm going to go and give it a shot. Okay? And from that, I went to a seminar. It leads me into meeting my mentor and to where I am today. My first wholesale deal, I made $28,000. And all that was done in 15 days. Now, when I saw that guy, then I went down the rabbit hole and started to see that other people are doing it. That's when I realized that, dude, it's not how hard you work, but it's what you do for work that will actually make you rich. So it's not about grinding 8 hours, 10, 15 hours a day at the J.O. to B. You're not going to get rich working at a J.O. to B. Who do you know that drive a Ferrari, a Lambo, live in a mansion, that work at a J.O. to B? Nobody. Nobody that I personally know. Nobody. They all built their own business. They all have their own empire. So a lot of you, what you're doing, you spend time working hard building someone else's empire while you just let yours sit in the back burner. And let me tell you why I decided to get on this live today. I was opening up my phone, and guess who I saw? I saw Uncle G. Grant Cardone is out there, man, hustling, going live on different social media platforms, teaching, selling. And I said, dude, millionaires are grinding on a weekend. I just finished driving for dollars. Multi-millionaires are grinding on the weekend. Billionaires are grinding on the weekend. And some of you are living paycheck to paycheck. You're not even financially where you want it to be. Some of you, your bank account is below sea level. And you're sitting there chilling, watching, instead of doing. No wonder why you're not rich. No wonder why you haven't got rich. Think about it. Millionaires, multi-millionaires, billionaires are out there working, grinding, hustling on the weekends. Why aren't you doing it? If you're serious about your goals, you're serious about your dreams, You're serious about getting rich. You're serious about becoming financially free, making more money, become a provider, take care of your families, retire your parents, all the goals that you're talking about. If that was important to you, you wouldn't be sitting at home right now. And if you are sitting at home, you would be pounding the phone. You would be going out driving for $1 finding these rundown houses so you can make $10,000. Are you doing it? Most of you are not. So don't be a talker, dude, be a doer. Results come from action, not from talking. Anybody can talk a good game. The question is, can you do it? How many can do it? Not many. Okay? So let me share with you exactly how this is going to work. For those of you, so comment in the chat. Let me know, $10,000 a month is honestly, who here makes $10,000 a month? I really want to know. Who here makes $10,000 a month? And I'm telling you right now, and I'm not saying this to be like an ass, but I'm telling you this is to wake you up. This is 2025. If you're not making at least $10,000 a month, this is like the bare minimum. If you cannot even do this, my friend, you haven't even tried. You honestly haven't even tried. Dude, I know there's 15 years old out there making $10,000 a month. Come on, man. Shit, bro. The phone that you're holding is more powerful than anything. It got even more powerful now than ever before. With ChatGPT, with technologies, there's no reason why you can't. All you need to do is this, my friend. Go and sign up for this software called King Data, okay? .ai. I'm telling you exactly what to do. Step number 1, go sign up for the software. Sign up for the basic plan. It's going to cost you about $149 a month. And if you tell me, hey, Khang, I don't have $149. If you use the word I can't, then don't be an entrepreneur. You're not made for this. I'm telling you right now, you're not made for this. So why don't you I'm going to save you time. Just relax, unfollow. Number 1, unfollow me, okay? Because you don't have what it takes anyway. I'm not like right now, like, dude, I'm at my age, I'm 41. I'm not looking to build more. I'm not looking for more followers. I already have 4 million people across all my social media. My main focus now is not to grow bigger. It's not to get more followers, but to hone in and focus in helping the people that are currently existing followers make more money and actually change their life. That is it. That's my main focus. So if you use the word I can't instead of how can I, if you use the word I can't, Khang, I can't, unfollow. It's not for you. You're not ready to build a business. You're not ready to be an entrepreneur, because hustler, the money maker, will always say, how can I? I'm going to find a way, man, to come up with this. If this is what I need to make $10,000 a month, you better make it happen. I'm telling you right now, most of the self-made millionaires that I know, successful people, never use the word I can't. They always said, how can I? If he did it, if she did it, how can I? So they will find a way to do whatever they need to do. There are things that there's things that you can sell in your house right now that you can just put on Craigslist, put on Facebook Marketplace, and find $149. If you take $149 divided by 30 days, how much do you have to save a day? Like $3? Is that correct? Or $4? So, and if you can't even do that, like I can probably go down to the homeless, find a homeless guy right now, dude, that probably have $149, bro. Okay, so step number 2, once you got that, the next step you want to do is pull a list of tax delinquents and pull a list of tax delinquents and absentee owner. Okay, pull a list of tax delinquents and absentee owner. You want this list to be at least 5,000 people. Okay, get a list of 5,000 people. The cool thing about that software is once you pull the list, all the phone number, the contact information, everything is there. Then all you need to do, my friend, is so simple. just pick up your telephone and just sit there, lock yourself in a room, focus, lock yourself for like 2 hours. No distraction. Pound the phone, call them, text them, email them. That's it. Get on the phone, start negotiating. Make your offer. Anybody that you talk to, dude, you better make an offer. Because every offer you don't make is a no. Every shot you don't take is a miss. And if you're not embarrassed about your offer, then your offer is not low enough. I remember when I first started out, I was afraid to make an offer because I was like, dude, they want 200,000, but I need to offer them 101. I'll be like, dude, there's no way that they will take that. Well, if you don't offer them, if you don't make the offer, the answer is already no. But if you do make an offer, man, it's a volume game. If you talk to enough people, you make enough offer, all you need is one yes. And you cannot get a yes, my friend, without a no. Who agree with that? Like, dude, you cannot get a yes without a no. So you got to get through the no's to get the yes. And all you need, my friend, is one yes a month to make 10,000 bucks. That is it. And once again, if you tell me you're like, Khang, dude, I'm an introvert, I don't like to talk to people, then you don't want to make money. Period. Listen, in life, you either making money or you're making excuses. If you want things you never had, you must be willing to do things you have never done. You think when I first got into real estate, I know how to talk to people? That I wasn't shy, that I wasn't embarrassed, that I wasn't scared? But I did it anyway. Because you know why? Because I wanted to win. I want to make more money. I want to escape the J O to B, and I want to become financially free. So what is your priority? You scared? Stop being a little, and just do it. Once again, if you want something you never had, you must be willing to do things you have never done. Because if you keep on doing the same thing, my friend, you'll get the same results. And if you're tired of your results, then you got to make changes. No risk, no reward. Scare money ain't going to make you any money. And stop being a little bitch and go out there and start doing it. Stop talking shit and start doing shit. Okay, so once you put it on the list, just make an offer. If you got that one yes, my friend, then the next thing all you need to do, you got that property under contract, lock it up for 30 to 60 days, and start posting it on Facebook Marketplace. Call some realtors in the area. Talks about your deal. Say, hey, I got a deal under hey, I got a property under contract. I'm looking to sell it. You got any buyers? Boom. And try to see if you can sell for $10,000 more. Wholesaling real estate is not rocket science. It is very simple, but it takes work. Nothing work if you don't. Okay? If you're looking to get rich quick, this is not it. Right? If you're looking to be a millionaire in 6 months, this is not the game for you. But if you're looking to escape, make enough money to escape the J O the B, let's just say in the next 6 to 12 months, then wholesaling real estate is the fastest and the safest way to do it. Now, my whole thing is once you get to the point where you're making $10,000 a month from it, I truly believe, I don't care what city, what state you live in, but you need to get to the point where you can actually increase it to $25,000 a month. If you can make $25,000 a month from wholesaling, you'll be in a very, very good position. That's $300,000 a year, and I don't care what city, what state you live in, this is a good income to actually set you free. You can travel 3 to 4 times a year, pay off some debts, you're solid. $25,000 a month. Let's just say that you spend $15,000 a month on bills, expenses, travel, eat, whatever it is you want. You still can save $10,000 a month. That's $110,000 a year. And then after that, my friend, guess what you do? You start going and start building your wealth. Start buying a house. Every year you buy a house. If you can make this $25,000 a month from wholesaling, I'm telling you, you're setting yourself up, you're setting your future up very, very bright. After that, You spend $15,000 a month, you save $10,000 a month. In a year, you have $110,000 in your bank, and then you're going to start buying one rental at a time. That's it. That's all you need to do, my friend. And in the next all you need to do is in the next 5 to 10 years, my friend. I don't know why I put K, but in the next 5 to 10 years, you will become financially free, where you don't really have to work. So the question is, are you willing to sacrifice 5 years of hard work for 50 years of greatness, 50 years of freedom? That way you don't have to wake up, work for somebody, listen to them, clock in and out, going to the job that you don't want, working with people that you don't even like. But it takes sacrifice. You got to suck it up for 5 years and trade for 50 years of greatness, 50 years of freedom. Who would make that trade? Comment in the chat and let me know. And if the answer is yes, then what are you doing here? If the answer is yes, then you should have already been doing what I just told you to do. So I highly suggest that a lot of you that are watching this, stop with the talking and start doing. Okay? Now listen, who here needs the contract? Okay? Who here needs the contract? Who here want to get a copy of my bulletproof contract? So here's what I do, okay? I recently just launched my school community. For those of you who don't know, I think we're almost 60 days old. We're almost at 500 club members. So which means there's only 50 spots available. Okay? I don't know when you watch this, but there's only 50 spots available. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Okay? I'm going to give you $1,800 worth of value for only $57 a month. Now, I don't know when you watch this, but once we hit 500 club members, the price is no longer $57. So I hope you make the cut. But here's what you're going to get. I'm going to give you my bulletproof, okay, contract, my badass seller script, where I'll teach you exactly what to say and how to negotiate. I'll also give you a step-by-step virtual wholesaling course. I'm just scribbling, right? And I also will put you in a private community with other like-minded real estate hustlers, doers, action taker, not talker. I'll put you in a private community where you can network, you can ask questions, and do deals with other club members for just $57 a month. So TikTok, if you're watching this, check the link in my bio. YouTube, all you need to do is check the link in my descriptions, or just go to school.com/WTM club. Now, once again, this is not for everybody, but it's for those of you who be like, you know what, Khang, I'll take on this opportunity. I'm going to get in the game and get rocking and rolling. So let me share with you something, YouTube. I'm going to end my TikTok live really quick here. Okay. Should I leave TikTok on? TikTok, I'll leave it on TikTok. So if you want this deal, check the link in my bio. Join my school community. Now, YouTube family, I want to share something with you. And I hope that by sharing this with you, that is going to help set your mind straight. So check this out. Here's a club member. I'm going to share with you my screen really quick here. Hold on a second. Let me share my screen. You do not want to be this person, okay? So right now we got Scott. Scott is doing a JV deal with another club members. Like, these are opportunities that you will not get watching YouTube. You will not get watching, listening to podcasts or reading a book. Now check this out. You do not want to be, hold on. If I go Juan, you do not want to be Juan. Look at Juan. Juan said, learn my lesson. I've officially learned a harsh lesson about waiting and not taking action. You need to understand, preparation meets opportunity is how you get rich. So Juan been sitting on the sideline. I mean, if you can read this, read this. My recent friend who wanted to sell his home, which I thought he was half joking, okay? But he started the process already. So which means if Juan would have learned about wholesaling real estate, he could have chat with his friend, put his friend property under contract, turn around, wholesale it, and he gets to make some money. But he doesn't know about wholesaling, and guess what? His friend now is listing that property, with an agent. Preparation meets opportunity, my friend. A lot of you are sitting on the sideline. You're just watching, contemplating. You haven't done anything. And that's why your life hasn't changed. You haven't made more money. The end, period. So that's why when Juan saw that, he's like, man, I got to get into the game. Right? So now he's in the game. He's in the community. Now he's learning. Okay. So you need to understand is preparations meets opportunity. Okay? Is how you get rich. And the cool thing about wholesaling is that it doesn't matter what market we're in. It doesn't matter what market condition we're in. Up, down, sideways, zigzag, it doesn't matter. Wholesaling has always worked, and it has been recession-proof, and it works in any market. Why? The answer is all we're doing is that we're just a middleman. We're finding things at a discount, and then we're selling it to somebody at retail. That's all it is, right? We're able to negotiate something at a discount. We're just a middleman, and then we turn it and we sell it to an investor for more and make a profit. And if we can't find a buyer, just like I told the guy, you can call the seller back, cancel the contract, walk away, no harm, no foul, scratch free. And you know what the best part is? If you set up your contract and you talk to the seller correctly, you also get your EMD back, which is your earnest money deposit. So that's why I love wholesaling real estate. There's no buying, there's no fixing. You don't have to come out of pocket with tons of capital, right? And it's just much easier to scale. Okay? It's much easier to scale. Cindy said I did this one time and made $5,000. Then I got lazy and stopped. Come on, man. Shit. So Cindy is not the first person who actually say this. Cindy, I have met so many, okay, that actually got their first deal done and was never able to consistently do one deal a month, just like you. They lost motivation, right? And some actually got lucky. What I'm about to share with you is I want to teach you a skill set, not to get lucky, okay? Those who actually closed their first deal and never done another one before because they won, just like Cindy, they got lazy, don't want to do it anymore, or they literally got lucky. So what you need to do is you need to build a skill, my friend, a skill set that you can depend on in any market, that you can go out there and become a money printing machine. Because you can take me and place me. I think someone's trying to call me. Okay, no. Because you can literally take me and put me in any city, any states. Within 30 days, I'll be able to put a property in contract, wholesale it, and make at least $25,000. At least, minimum. Because every single time when I offer a seller, I'm not looking to make $10,000. This is what I'm looking to make. A minimum of $25,000 for it to worth my time. But obviously, for you, maybe $10,000 is good enough. Okay? Iser said, wow, after that 500K would make me want to keep the momentum. You mean 5K? After the 5K, yeah. So Cindy, I don't know why, I don't know why you lost motivation. I don't know why you got lazy. Because I remember when it's like a shark in an ocean and I got a taste of that blood. Dude, the rest was history. Because Cindy, I don't know if you can make $5,000. There's no, dude, you should be able to make $50,000. You should be able to make $500,000. It's just rinse and repeat. And once again, if you cannot self-motivate yourself, then you shouldn't be an entrepreneur. I wonder what Cindy's doing now. Cindy said, but I am an introvert. Cindy, I don't know about you, man, but I don't think anybody can be more of an introvert than I was when I first started. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to meet people. I didn't want to talk to people, Cindy. All I wanted to do was go to work, come home, play video games, and that was it. Until the wife wants more. And that's when you got to do what you got to do. Right? Like I said, you're either making money or you're making excuses. You either make changes or you stay the same. All right. So let me, okay. So YouTube family, I am going to take another step further, and I'm going to show you the software on how you can actually pull the list really quick. So you see how easy it is to actually do this. Okay, so once you sign up for the software, it's going to look like this. Okay, it is called kingdata.ai, and all you really need to do is go to property leads. And I know a lot of you, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to their support. You can also chat with them live right here. But literally all you do is you go to property leads. You put in your city and your states. This is something that you can do right now. But I can almost guarantee, we got 100-some people on TikTok. We got 16 people here live on YouTube. I can almost guarantee that I don't even know if one of you is actually going to take action and do this. And that's why you're not driving a Ferrari. And I'm not saying that you want to drive a Ferrari, but you understand what I mean. That's why people are not making money, man. Because most only talk and don't do. Most watch but don't execute. Most listen but don't implement. It's worthless. And if you listen, if you're not going to take actions to do anything, honestly, number one is unfollow me. Truly, it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of your time. You could be spending this time doing something else, to be honest with you. Because if you're not a doer, stop taking more education, my friend. It ain't going to help. So all you need to do is, I'm just going to go in and punch in my city and states. Seattle, Washington. Boom. This, it takes you less than 5 minutes to sign up. It takes you less than 5 minutes to get a list where you can start pounding the phone, calling, and making $10,000 a month. How simple this is. Go to filter. I'm telling you exactly what to do. Get rid of apartments, other, townhome, condo. We just want single family, multifamily. And then all you need to do, my internet, it's slow. Okay, you see here, it said absentee owner. Here, tax delinquents. Boom, click on tax delinquents. So there is 5,626 people in Seattle, Washington that you can literally now click on see results, and then boom, click on this, and then start pounding the phone and start making offer. But who do this? It is so easy. It is so simple. But nobody will try to do it. And right there, I literally just show you, here, go here, do this, boom, bam, pound the phone, call. And a lot of you will be like, well, Khang, what do I say? Right? Look, there's their mobile number. I would call them. I would even text them. They're on the do not call list. Don't worry about it. Still call them. It doesn't apply to us real estate investor. And all you do is just go one by one, boom. Move on to the next one, bam, click this one. Same thing, call, text. And if you don't know what to say, because here's another thing for new real estate wholesaler, is that when they get on the phone, they don't know what to say or how to negotiate. Khang, so what do I say to them? That's why you also need my script. I'll show you exactly what to say. The script itself, I charge like $4.95. But like I said, if you join the school community, you get the script, you get the contract, you get the course, everything, and a private community for just $57 a month. But in that script, I'll teach you exactly what to say, how to negotiate. Okay? Isaiah said, I'm already looking right now. I don't have King data yet, but I'm planning to right now. I am using True People Search. You got it? Antonio said, what's going to happen with wholesaling in Washington states next year, 2026? Antonio, this is a great question, and it's a great person to ask, because you know why? I am in Washington states, and I have a few students that's also in Washington state. So how are you going to do it, my friend? Once again, Antonio, my question to you is, have you got in to actually doing wholesaling yet? I think a lot of people, what it is that they overanalyze, over-contemplate, they overthink, they're procrastinator. They overthink, the analysis paralysis. They worry about things that haven't even happened. Well, wholesaling, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Dude, get into the game, bro. We'll figure it out as we go. So if it does come down to the whole, Washington states that require you to have a license, what I'm going to do, bro, is what's called a double closing, okay, which will still allow me to wholesale. I can virtually wholesale, which means I can go into a different market, right? You can partner up with someone that has a license, or you can go get a license, okay? Or you can do what's called novation, okay? Like there's so many options, dude. I have not wholesale, but flipped property. I don't meet them on the I don't meet them on the MLS. So Antonio, how long have you been doing the fix and flip, man? Hey, Antonio, let me send you a link, dude. I'd love to bring you on and chat with you. And the reason why, dude, I did the whole fix and flip, bro, for 4.5 years. It is a nightmare. So I don't know how you like it. I'm going to put a link here. Antonio, click the link, dude. Come on and join me on this live real quick, dude. Let's chat for like 5 minutes. I did the whole fix and flip, Antonio, for 4.5 years. I almost went bankrupt. At the time, dude, I have about $1.5 million lockup. I almost lost everything and has to file bankrupt. Fix and flip is the worst business to get into. It is the absolute worst business to get into. The most riskiest, the most capital intensive. Oh, dude, you're in Purleigh, Washington. Bro, have wholesale many deals out there already. I flipped 2 property. The second one is killing me. I hate it. Well, Antonio, I wish you would have found me sooner. But a lot of times, you know, you have to get burned to understand that, dude, don't do it again. You know how many people I have so I've been on social media for almost 7 years. And you know how many people I have said this to? Like, dude, don't get into the fix and flip, dude. It's just too much risk. Just focus on wholesaling. Dude, wholesaling is boring. Absolutely boring. Nothing sexy about wholesaling. But dude, it makes you money without stress, bro. Right? But people watch all the TV, the HGTV. Want to get into the whole fix and flip. And most people who got into real estate, all they really know is I either be a realtor, I either fix and flip, or I buy and hold. Right? Most don't know about wholesaling real estate. But the whole fix and flip, Antonio, I did it, dude. It is the absolute worst. I was waking up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, going to Home Depot, picking materials for my contractors. I was working until 10 to 11 at night. Dude, it was a nightmare. And most don't understand that one bad flip, that's all it takes, my friend. If you're new into the game, all it takes is one bad flip. It'll wipe you out. It'll clean your bank account. That's all it takes. But with wholesaling, dude, I can put 10 property under contract. I can have 10 property under contract. Each property only costs me like $250. Okay? What is $250 times 10? That's 25. Is that correct? 2,500? And let's just say if I wake up the next day and the market just go to shit. And let's just say I try to call the seller back and cancel the contract and they all piss off. Well, this is all I lose. This is all I lose is $2,500. But my upside is every single property, 10 of them, can make me $25,000. That's $250,000. This is my upside. This is my downside. This is the risk and this is the reward. But if you fix and flip, imagine how much, Antonio, you're in Washington State, so you know the price that we have to pay here. So how much do you think that if you were to buy 10 property, how much money you have to come out of pocket? I don't care if it's your money or you getting hard money, it doesn't matter. But you have to pay off the debt. In Washington State, to fix and flip 10 properties, like let's just say you have to buy 10 of them, bro, you got to come out of pocket at least 2M, at least 2 million. That is the risk. And if the market tank, you're out. You're done. And a lot of people don't understand that the whole fix and flip, it literally takes you 4 to 6 months to get paid. So you buy it, you go through the renovation process, it takes 4 to 6 months for you to actually make your money back. And I'm telling you right now from experience, most house flipper, Antonio, tell me if I'm right, most house flipper, their first 1 to 3 years, they're broke. They're broke. They got no money. Trust me. They don't have any money. They're walking on eggshell. So if any house flipper tells you that they're making money, that they got a ton of money sitting in the bank, they don't. If you're starting out, you're a house flipper. Your first 1 to 3 years, you're broke, my friend. You're driving around a beat up truck. You don't have free time. You're always stressing out, have gray hair. You're in your 30s, but you probably look like you're 50, all right? Dude, you don't have any money. Let me tell you why. And I'm saying this from experience. I'm not saying this because I read a book. If you guys go back and watch, man, I can show you pictures. It was nightmare, Antonio. There was a flip, bro, that I did, man, that I literally, every single night, I got down on my knees, bro, and I prayed to God to show me the way out. I made a big mistake on that flip. But here's what happened with most house flipper. The first 1 to 3 years, they're broke. Here's the reason why. Because let's just say that they just got this deal under contract, right? They went through the process. They got, boom, they made 50,000. Let's just say they make 50,000. Guess what's going to happen? This $50,000 will sit in their bank maybe 1 to 2 days. And then bam, it goes out to another rehab project. And then guess what? And then they'll be like, well, I'm only doing 1 property a year. I need to scale up. So now they're doing 2. And then they're doing 3. And then they're doing 4. So a lot of time the money doesn't sit in there. The money that's in there, it's just for their rehab. That is it. Like they don't really have extra money to play around. So when you do the whole fix and flip, man, you better. 1, have a badass construction team. I don't know about you, man, but one of the hardest in the whole fix and flip is finding the right contractor that give you a fair price and done their job correctly. It is extremely hard. I've done it for 4.5 years. 1, always goes over budget. 2, never done on time. Always over budget, never done on time. Okay? If you're borrowing money from hard money lender, you're paying between 12 to 15% interest only. Every single month, my friend, you got to cough up that 12 to 15% interest. Fix and flip, man, is not for the faint of heart. Truly not for beginners. I don't care if you've been in the real estate for 3 years. Shouldn't even do it. Now, the only time that you would do the whole fix is when you decide to buy and hold it. That's the only time that I'm doing it now. So currently right now, I got 14 rentals. I will only fix it to keep it. Never, like when I analyze a deal, I do not look at it to fix and flip and exit. I just look at it, okay, can I wholesale it? Okay, or do I want to buy and hold it? That is it. Those are my exit strategy. You know, even I tell my students, one of my students made a huge mistake. Like this is a student of mine that's in my academy. I told him not to do it. And guess what he did? He went ahead and did it anyway. And guess what guess what happened? He said, Khang, dude, I lost 10,000 on the deal. I told you, dude. Should have listened. But like I said, sometime in life, people will still have to go through it to get burned and then learn the lesson that way. Even me. Like I preach, I tell you guys to stay focused, don't get distracted. But I lost over $1 million because of distraction. Guess what? I'll tell you my loss. Because I was trying to build too many businesses at the same time. And you know, if you follow me, I've preached this over and over and over again. Number 1 is never, ever diversify until you get rich. So until you get rich, bro, do not diversify. Which means your money shouldn't be going to stock, shouldn't be going to crypto, shouldn't be going to buying real estate. Until you get rich, you shouldn't diversify. The money that you have should continue going into your business and growing it. And you're not building 10. You're not building 5. You're not building 3. You're building 1. That is it. So until this business can get to 1 million, you shouldn't focus on anything else. to be honest with you. But I got to the point where I was making too much money. So I want to share with you another thing, is that when you are winning, that is also when you will have to be the most careful. Because when you are winning, where everything was going so good, that is when you're the most careless. So you're making poor decisions without realizing it. So you'll be like, oh, I'm going to put 10,000 here, 20,000 here, 50,000 here. Not a big deal. I'll make all that money back in a month. But sometime in business, my friend, you don't. Because business is never a straight line. Okay? You might do good this year, but doesn't mean next year you're going to do good. That's why you always have to have reserve for the rainy days. So I hope that this here will teach you, it taught me a very valuable lesson. And number one is always, my friend, stay humble and stay grounded. Never be cocky. And you need to understand that everything that you have today is God gave it to you. Obviously, you put in the work, right? I understand all of that. But God has a big part in it. And if you don't humble yourself, He'll humble you. And when He does, it ain't going to be good, my friend. Because I got humble real fast. So which means, when Lon and I used to, when we were like, really watching our money, and we really watch the decision that we make on every single, business that we decided to start, or any investment that we decided to put our money in, it was calculated. Right? We're like, okay, you know what? Let's plan this. But when I was just making too much, and this is my fault, I was just putting everything everywhere, man. So what I'm saying is that when you're at the top of your game, that is when it's the most scariest. Because like I said, you become careless. Let me name some person for you. Who here knows Logan Paul? We all know Logan Paul, right? You know what happened to Logan Paul, right? He was at the top of his game, where he felt like, dude, I'm the king of the world now. And then one bad decision, boom, cost his career to tank. But the guy is a monster. He is a beast. He is like 0.1%. Most people who crash never can bounce back. Never bounce back. But the guy came back even bigger than ever before. He was a beast. So yes, every setback is a setup. But sometimes, man, those setbacks never bounce back. It takes a true character, man, to rise above and then go even bigger. So what I'm saying is that when you're on top, when you're at the top of the game, I mean, there are many celebrities. Look at all the football players. Look at all the sport players. They're making all these money, but where's it go? Where's all that money go? Why all of a sudden you hear that they filed bankrupt? Why all of a sudden you hear that they're struggling? Same thing. One probably became very cocky, spending their money carelessly, speaking from experience, right? And then bam, couldn't bounce back. Some have to go flip burgers. So anyways, so number one is always make sure that you give credit to God. Make sure you keep yourself humble, keep yourself grounded. Always know that, dude, if he can give it to you, He can take it away within one day. Within one day. Oh, let me teach you guys another business lesson. Man, this is now, it's not even just real estate. Let me teach you guys another business lesson. Okay? And this is the lesson that I hope that you learn early in your life as well. Who here knows about Forever 21? Anybody here knows about Forever 21? Who here knows about Forever 21? So Forever 21 is Lon's favorite store. They filed bankrupt probably like 2 years ago. Filed bankrupt. You know what the lesson was? The lesson was grow too fast, too quick. They were trying to grow too fast, too quick. Also, they did not. You guys, dude, this is a big lesson you need to learn. Number one is that the reason why they filed bankrupt, for those of you who look up the story Forever 21, Lon used to look up to them like they are like, I think they're both like Korean, both beasts, husband and wife, beast, monster. Built a billion, I think it's worth like 3 point something billion company. And they filed bankrupt because number one, they're trying to grow too fast, too quick. That's number one. I think they got to the point where they opened up almost 700 locations in a very short period of time. One. Number two is another lesson that they didn't learn is that they didn't prepare for all the things that was changing. All the changes, everything was going online, and they were opening up physical location. They didn't. So for them, they didn't pivot fast enough to go with whatever the world that we're living in. So here's what you need to learn. AI right now, it is insane. If you don't use AI in either your business or maybe your employee, if you don't learn how to use AI, you will be replaced by AI. Now, if you are a business owner, if you don't know how to leverage and use AI or have employee in your business that knows about AI to leverage it, okay, and then to grow your business, you're going to be wiped out and your competition is going to crush you. So Lon and I right now, we're using AI in our business. We have reduced our overhead by $10,000 a month. If you talk about opportunity costs, it has saved us over $1 million. So Lon just recently launched her AI agent. She spent 2 months working like a dog to build this AI to the point where she's like, Khang, this is perfect. So now we have let go of 2 VAs. We don't need them anymore to filter and qualify the lead. We got Lon AI that will work after 5 p.m., work on holidays, work on weekends. Don't need to pay sick leave, vacation pay, none of that. Dude, this AI is working around the clock. They're taking calls on weekend, taking calls right now, 24/7 around the clock, taking calls while you sleep. So we're able to leverage Lon's AI, cut down overhead, no more missed appointment. Those follow-up will never be missed anymore. So if you look at opportunity costs, when we're hiring those VAs, obviously they don't work after 5. They don't work weekends. They don't work holidays. Opportunity cost has cost us probably over $1 million. And all the missed lead, right, fall through the crack, gone. And I'm telling you, dude, our world has now changed extremely rapid, so fast that if you don't adjust, if you don't pivot, especially if you don't get into the whole learning about AI and leverage it, you will, I'm guarantee you're not going to make it within it. You're not going to last in 1 or 2 years. You're just not going to last. So which means you either use AI or you will be wiped out or be replaced by AI. So for those of you who think about, going to college, getting your master, getting your degree, 3 years, 2 years from now, you're gone, my friend. Everything that you learn, just a waste of time, waste of money. What you need to learn is if you are going to go to college, dude, this is what you need to learn, AI. Exactly how to do it, my friend. All right, so Antonio, what up, dude? I'm going to bring you on and we're going to call it a wrap, bro.
What's up, Khang?
I can't hear you.
Um,
I think your mic is off. Oh, wait, hold on. It's me.
Oh,
What up, dude?
hey, what's going on?
So, Antonio, how long how long have you been in the real estate game?
Bro, under a year.
Okay. So now, how do you get into the whole fix and flip, dude?
Well, I used to own a small business, and
Okay.
I did that for a long time, and I wanted to get into a new industry, and everybody tells
Yep.
you real estate, real estate. So I was
Yep.
studying real estate,
Yep.
And I used to always watch the shows on TV, and it was always amazing. And our businesses, we used to renovate them ourselves, so we loved watching the transformation. So I was like,
Yep.
hey, this might be a fit for us.
Yep.
And we learned it's not as easy as they talk about it. It's not easy at all.
Yeah, dude. Like the thing people don't understand is that those HGTV or the TV show, they do not make their money from flipping property. They make their money, dude, from TV show, which means they got to make it entertaining for people to watch. So if they make $1 million here, right, and if they lose 100,000 here, do you think they care? The answer is no. They don't care.
Mhm.
They still make 900,000. So of course they're happy. Of course they're
Right.
happy. But for us regular guys, dude, even losing a $50,000 or even a $20,000 dude, that's a big setback. So
Yeah.
Antonio, now are you going to get into wholesaling, dude?
Well, because of my experience,
Yep.
the cheaper you get a property, the bigger your margins are.
Yep.
And the cheapest way you can get a property is through wholesaling, and I found
Yep.
that out the hard way. Because the MLS is not the cheapest way. You might find a deal, but it's
Correct.
competitive as hell. And then I met some wholesalers, and they get them for 50,000 less.
Yep.
So I'm like, man, I wish I'd known that before.
Yeah.
But here I am stuck with my second flip, just because
Okay.
the market flipped on us. The numbers made
Yeah.
sense and
Yep.
everything. We did a new roof, plumbing, everything. But now the market shifted,
Yep.
and I'm just like, everybody's paid, but
Yep.
me, the one who
Yeah.
brought the project to the plate. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
And
hear you.
as a wholesaler, like you mentioned, you find the property, you make your fee, and then they
Yep.
work. People like me worry, let them worry about it.
Yep.
Experts, people with construction companies. What I realized, people who hire employees by the hour, that's where
Yep.
that's where they make the most money on a flip. We
Yep.
don't. We get charged, a bigger fee than anybody else.
Antonio, when we discover wholesaling, you know what my wife and I, every single time we put a property in a contract, we're like, dude, we're selling them the headaches. Don't need the headaches, dude. You want the headaches, dude? I'm gonna sell you the headaches, bro. So,
Exactly.
Antonio, I also want to help you on the current deal that you got, but I also want to say this to you, bro. As a business owner to a business owner, as an entrepreneur to an entrepreneur. If you can make money during the tough time, you have skills. If you can't, you just got lucky. Because anybody, bro, can make money during a good market. Anybody can make money during the easy market. So during this tough of a market, dude, this is what really separates between the true entrepreneur and the one that's not. Because a real hustler, dude, will always find ways. Always find ways. So Antonio, let me help you with your current deal. So what's the ARV on it?
So when I purchased it, the ARV was confirmed by my agent, 700,000.
Hold on a second, okay? Now, the biggest lesson I want all of you guys that's watching this, if you want to go into the whole fix and flip, remember, when the agent says something, never, ever, ever trust anybody. Always, dude, the only person you can trust is yourself. Which means when the agent give you a numbers on anything, on rehab, on ARV, always make sure to run your own comps. Always make sure to run your own numbers and make sure it is correct. People lies, number don't lie. Got it? Okay, so the ARV is 800,000, and then what was the
700.
rehab? What?
700,000.
Yep, 700. Okay, so what was the rehab that you estimated to be?
80, and we went over 10,000, so we're at 90.
Right, yep. Okay, so you estimated the rehab is going to cost you about 80K, and it ended up costing you 90K. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then currently right now, what are your all in?
So purchase price 490,
Okay, so 490.
plus 90, and then plus holding cost. We're at 20,000 in holding, because we're already in our
So
fourth month, and we're gonna go into our fifth month already.
damn.
So,
So
hmm
okay, hold on a second. So Okay, so holding costs already up to 20,000, and how much are you paying per month?
5,300, 12% interest.
Damn, bro. $5,300 every single month. Now, could
Can't
you guys
even
imagine? Go
can't
ahead.
even and I think if I wanted to rent it, which is my plan B, I could the max I can rent it is for 3,700.
Yep.
I'm still negative, 1,500 after that a month.
Okay, so currently right now, okay, so you're all okay. I mean, could you so you can't sell it, right?
It's been on the market for 42 days.
Okay, and you have it listed for 700?
Nope. It's now at
How much?
650 and we've had
Okay.
showings and no offers.
Okay. So do you think that you'll be able to break even at this point?
At 650 I break even. But as it
Yep.
sits, it goes negative 5,300 every
Yep.
month.
Yep. It goes negative 5,300 every single month. Okay. So now could you do a refi on it?
No.
You can't?
No, I'd have to bring some money in.
Ah, okay. So you're right now, you can't even go to the bank and say, hey, you know what? I want to do a refi on it.
We tried.
Okay. Can't do it. Dude, I mean, so the thing is now you just got to decide how long do you want the bleeding to go?
Exactly.
Right? Now it's
Exactly.
like, how long do you want the bleeding to go? Do you want to end it soon, or you want to just keep on bleeding?
Exactly. So right now
Yep.
our options are I never heard about this. It's called a
Yep.
short sale.
Yep. Yep. You can do
But
that. I mean, it still hurts your credit, but yes.
yeah, that's my last option. My
Yep.
first option is rent, and then I'm negative every month 1,500 until
Yep.
we list in a better market.
Yep.
Um, and use that our loss on
Yep.
taxes.
Yep.
But then when we want to list it, we might have to do repairs again.
Yep.
Or the next option, lower it some more. And the final option is the short sale.
Got it. I got another option for you, bro. Another option for you, dude, is that if you can obviously, I mean, if you can rent it, and instead of losing 5,300, you mean if you can rent it and then lose lose only $1,500 a month? I mean, that might be the route to go. Or if you were to sell it and then take a loss, I don't know how big of a loss you're willing to take. But Antonio, right now, if I were you, if I was in your position, dude, I would literally, dude, focus on wholesale. Because honestly, dude, you probably know a lot of fix and flipper with it, which is cash buyer. You probably know a lot of them, right?
Yeah, you meet so many within
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. So all you need to do, dude, literally, bro, probably in the next 30 days, you already got the experience. You can literally find a house, put it on a contract, wholesale it, and make it, dude. In our market, you should be able to make a $25,000 easy. So, which means now you get $25,000. You can be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and reduce the price because now you can afford to take the hit. So my whole thing to you is figure out what it is that you want to do. I mean, if you can rent it and only come out of pocket with $1,500 a month, and then being able to hold on to that property. I mean, if you can hold on to it long term, dude, you always win. But then you have to hold on to it for a long time, right? We're
Yeah.
talking about like 5 to 10 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were you, dude, I figure out, hey, what's the loss that you're willing to take and
Yeah.
cover that loss with wholesaling and just be done with this property instead of, dude, this bleeding, dude, it just keeps on going, But if I were you, dude, Antonio, dude, I would right now, dude, get the software, start pulling lists, and start freaking hustling and put some property in a contract, and then start wholesaling, dude. I believe
hear you.
that's going to be the quickest way for you, dude, to get yourself out of this situation. Okay. I appreciate, Antonio, that you're jumping on here, man. So a lot of times, dude, what it is that you just now need to volume. You just need to do more deals. So no more fix and flip. With your connection, dude, honestly, with your connection, you already know how to talk. You probably already know how to negotiate. Dude, if you can close 1 deal or 2 deals in the next 30 days, bro, you should be able to, like, you know what? Let's lower the price, cut the cost, and bam, let's just get rid of it and just be done with and move on to the next one. If I was in Antonio's position, that's exactly what I would do. I would focus on how can I generate more income come in so I can go ahead and take a loss on this, wipe it off my book, and just be done with, and then start back fresh again. Start at zero again. It's easier, believe it or not, it's easier to start at zero than negative 50K, 20K. Because now you're digging yourself out of the hole and then work yourself up. Instead of you are out of the hole, you're working yourself up. Make sense? So, Antonio, I hope that helps, man. That's it. That's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you on here, and hopefully some of these lessons that you guys will be able to learn it and avoid it. And sometimes, like I said, even if you hear it, but you have to get burned to realize that, shit, Khang is right. 41, been in the game for 15 years, bro. Learn my lesson, okay? Let's go get this money.